Hey everyone, very good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all who all are joining us globally. Yes, I am Parth Karu, the Events and Program Manager for Microsoft Reactor India, and we do welcome you all to yet another episode of MVP Connect. But before we start our today's event, let's go through our code of conduct. We are all here to learn together, participate together. So please be respectful of other people's views, understanding their differences. Be kind and considerate in a way we all engage. Yes, please do drop all your questions in the comment section and we'll pick it up from there. And yes, now I would like to bring in our MVP for today's event, Prathap Reddy. Hey, hi Prathap, how you doing?
I'm doing good, Partha. So how about you?
I am great.
I'm so
Uh,
yeah,
so Prathap,
yeah.
where
I'm
are you
so
joining from us today?
right now. I'm just yesterday. I just came back to my native. So I'm joining from Tirupati, near Tirupati. So my native.
Oh wow, great, exciting.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes, the title looks so exciting. Unleash the power of Azure AI Studio model capabilities. So yes,
yeah.
the floor is all yours, Pratap, and yes,
hmm
let's begin with the session.
Okay, sure. So let me tell me once my screen is visible to you guys.
Yes, the screen is visible, and yes, the floor is all yours. You can get started.
hmm Okay, thank you, Pat. Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you, Pat. Yeah. So hi everyone, welcome to the another episode of the MVP Connect. So here I'm Prathap Reddy. So Microsoft AI MVP. So today we are going to learning something about the Azure AI Studio model capabilities. So we have different types of model capabilities like model benchmarks and some model catalogs and as well as some AI services and as well as some OpenAI services. Everything we have integrated in this Azure AI Studio. Like so why we need AI Studio, right? So we have different studios in Azure as well. So like we have OpenAI Studio, we have Machine Learning Studio, and everything. So why we especially need this Azure AI Studio, and why we are, this AI Studio is capable of this different model capabilities and everything we have to discuss in this today's session. So I'll try to figure out everything about this speech, language, document intelligence, and as well as the some kind of the we have some content safety and everything we have included in this session. So I would like to tell you how we need to use this Azure AI model capabilities. Yeah. So before moving forward, I would like to introduce myself. I'm associate consultant and I'm working as a core app developer in EVIDEN. So previously it was an Atos. So we covered it recently and we call it as EVIDEN. And I'm an author, blogger, and I'm a speaker. I hold 8x Azure certificate. And moreover, I'm an Microsoft most valuable professional. So in the category of artificial intelligence and machine learning. Okay, this all about my brief introduction about me. If you want to connect with me on LinkedIn, whatever it may be, please feel free to go. I'll drop my LinkedIn account in the after this session to this stream ad or as in the YouTube channel links and whatever the social media it was streaming. So I would like to add this one. So feel free to connect with me. So to get started with AI, artificial intelligence and machine learning, whatever it may be, you are learning about this one. Okay, and before we're going to that, so what is an AI? Okay, so everyone say that so the acronym name of this AI stands for artificial intelligence, right? So it is something different, right? So the artificial intelligence and the human intelligence, what is the difference, right? So artificial intelligence is the science of making machines think and act like humans. You know, so we are the humans, so we have the like emotions, so we have some different kinds of like a positive, how can I say, we are different types of things we have to do. So what are the things we have to do in a daily life, everything we can mimic the by using this artificial intelligence. This artificial intelligence is the science of making machines think and act like a human. This is a simple definition of artificial intelligence. And what is the relation between this artificial intelligence and Azure AI Studio? So we have one concern, right? Yes, there is a uh, interlink between artificial intelligence and AI Studio. So without AI, this Azure AI Studio is nothing. Everything is linked between this AI only. Okay, and moreover, AI can. So what are the things that AI can really help in today's world? So what are the things that AI really can do in nowadays? So let me go through this. AI can able to see. Yes, of course, we have the mobile phones, we have say AI powered cameras, we have AI powered CC camera, everything. So for example, let's say we have to deploy some images to that AI models. It is able to identify is this the right person, is the right person. For example, not so. For example, let's say we are using the mobile phone. So this mobile phone is one of the thing that is IoT with the AI capabilities. So this AI mobile, for example, let's say we have the facial recognition, whether this person is able is the right person of this owner, I mean right person of this product or not. Let's say whether the person is the right person, it is able to see that person. Whether this person is the right person means it is able to unlock that mobile phone. It's not the person is unable to open that. Like that, it is a small example I would like to express for this one. So AI can able to see, and AI can able to hear. Yes, for example, let's say how this AI can able to hear. So apart from the deployments and we have some integrations. So there is something called a here option. For example, let's say so we have something we have to talk some about the some best products of Nike shoes or best products of these Kugupura pads and all. So once we talk about, we didn't search anything in the browser and all, but this AI can able to hear that what are the things we are discussing last 1 day or 26 hours or 24 hours or 12 hours. It is able to hear that entire things, and this will be populated in the YouTube ads and some social media ads and everything. It is able to hear. For example, we can talk about the Kokoboro bats. It is the Kokoboro bats. It's that type of ads will be appear in this ads and all. Some types of Nike shoes will be appear in the whenever we need to open any social media account. It will able to appear like this. That's why AI can able to hear, and AI can able to speak. Yes, of course. So for example, so we are using the Gemini model, we are using the Bing, we are using the Copilot, we are using the OpenAI models. Everything is we whatever the things we are given to the input as to that particular model. For example, text as a input, speak. I mean, for example, speech as a input. What are the things we have to give to the model? This model can bring that what are the prompts, what are the things, everything we are given from the input as that model is able to give the response accordingly, whether it is in the text model, whether it was in the like for example, how can we say that whether the response in the speech model only. Okay, so these are the things this AI can able to see, hear and speak, and moreover it is able to remember. So so this AI model, what can we say that these are the four things that AI can able to help. Like it's able to see, hear, speak, and remember. Remember, let's say for example, let's bring one Copilot model, or let's will bring one ChatGPT model. Let's say so I chit chat with this ChatGPT long back. For example, let's say 15 days ago, 20 days ago, I just search about the what is Microsoft Reactor, what is the code of conduct of Microsoft Reactor. I just search it, like for example in say whether say it was in 15 days ago about, so that is ended. Okay, what I need to do, so again I come back to the chart. I need to ask about the, can you please explain about the code of conduct of this Microsoft Reactor. It will explain everything we need to, every what are the code of conducts we have, everything that will be explained. So that's why AI can able to remember whatever the things we are asked as a prompt to the model. It is able to see, hear, speak, and remember. So these are the more, four capabilities of this AI model. Okay. Moreover, what is an Azure AI Studio? Okay. So we are using we have the different studios, we have different model capabilities in Azure AI Studio. Why we need Azure AI Studio? So what is meaning of, what is the real definition of this Azure AI Studio? Okay, let's say a platform for building and deploying and managing AI models. everything. One thing, whatever the, if you want to, if you have any plan, if you have any idea, if you want to build that model, if you want to deploy that model, if you want to manage everything inside that AI Studio, everything, like whatever the STLC, life cycle of the software development life cycle, everything we are able to do. So from the plan, from the building, well, from the deploying, from the testing, from the monitoring, and everything will be available in single interface, single UI called Azure AI Studio. This is called Azure AI Studio, a simple definition of this Azure AI Studio. And we have some key features. We have some model catalog, some deployment options, and integrating capabilities, and it will be capable for the different, uh, I mean, different capabilities of companies like Nvidia and Meta and Hugging Face, and we have different things. We have to comes together. We have everything integrated in single UI called this Azure AI Studio capabilities. So we have to do something demoing on this Azure AI Studio. What are the capabilities and speech, language, the document, and content safety, and everything we have to discuss in this Azure AI Studio. Okay, let's move to the what are the different model capabilities of this Azure AI Studio. We have the different model capabilities like model catalog and model benchmarks and Azure AI services and prompt catalog. Let's see. So model catalogs. So we have the model catalogs like text to speech models, speech to text models, some speech to author models. So for example, let's say prompt to image generation models. These are some, for example, let's say NVIDIA models out there, Lambda. Like Lambda, it's coming to this Meta models and Azure OpenAI models, and everything will be under this model catalogs. So we have approximately today I saw we have 1757 54 models available in this Azure AI Studio model catalogs. We have to use all the services. We have to integrate. We have to clone that model. We have to integrate this model into whatever the requirement you have. You need to integrate this models into your respective business requirement. And we have model benchmarks. So model benchmarks in the sense, for example, let's say I'm using the Azure OpenAI, I'm using the Hugging Face models, I'm using the Lambda models, I'm using the NVIDIA models, I'm using Hugging Face model. Okay, I have the 5 models along with me. Okay, so whenever I have the business requirement with me, what I need to do? So I need to go to this model benchmark. What is the performance of this model benchmark? Okay, let's say I have the GPT model for GPT-4 Mini, GPT-4, and GPT 3.5 5 Turbo, and GPT-4 with the Vision Turbo. Everything we have the some capabilities of this model catalog. I just want to integrate these model benchmarks. For example, I need to compare the what is the accuracy level, what is the performance level, and everything. I need to go ahead and I need to use these capabilities of this model benchmarks. Okay, and there is something called AI services. AI services like Azure is everything related to the what are the things, for example, let's say speech capabilities and vision capabilities and document capabilities and content safety capabilities and everything we have in this Azure AI services. And one thing called prompt catalog. So the prompt catalog is very important thing. For example, let's say I want to go to Bangalore to Malaysia. I want to go to the Bangalore to USA. So I need one assistant. And that time, what I need to do? So I need to go for this prompt catalog. So I need to ask this prompt catalog. So I need some reference. So I need to go ahead. I need to use. I need some assistance. So you just go to the prompt, like it will give you the entire assistant to this model. So then you can able to access for all these things. Okay, these are all the sub capabilities of this Azure AI Studio. And we have one speech capability. For example, what we can say, so give your apps to ability to hear and understand and even talk your customers with the features like speech to text and text to speech. Yeah, for example, let's say I have the what are the documents, I have the metadata. So for example, let's say I have the data of the I have the, like, I'm running one small tele company, like for example, so I have some all the audio data. Okay, so post call description and everything, so that was in the audio format. So what I need to do, so I need to convert this speech, so everything about all the things we have discussed, everything in the speech model. So I need to convert that to speech to text. The text will be transferred to the text to speech. Everything is capable like this way. So we have some the speech capabilities, and we have, for example, let's say in the voice gallery. So for example, I need some voice gallery related to the Telugu language, Hindi language, Malayalam language, Tamil language, everything. It is capable more or less 64 languages to the 100 languages as of now. We are able to try to figure out this language. We need to use this all the services in this, so by using this voice gallery, a real-time speech to text, and pronunciation assessment, and free transcription, and other speech capabilities are available in this speech capability in the Azure AI service of this Azure AI Studio. Okay, this is one thing about speech capability. And we have the vision plus document. So in the vision plus document, let's say, for example, in this vision, so give your apps to the ability to read text and analyze images and process the document and detect the physics with the technology like optic OCR and machine learning. Okay. For example, I just wrote it something on my notebook. So for example, I just wrote my name in Telugu language, Tamil language, Hindi language, and English language. It is able to recognize the whatever the text I have write it on the notebook. Everything it is able to identify, and it will give you the response accordingly. Okay, so it will able to read the text, and it is able to give the response accordingly. So this is all about the vision. And we have some the document intelligence. So document intelligence, for example, I have the metadata of data of documents. For example, so everything it was in for example, let's say it was in Chinese language or Spanish language, it was in French language, whatever it may be. Let's say we need to convert these documents into our native languages like Hindi, Telugu, Tamil, Malayalam, English, whatever the thing. Okay, I need to translate. Okay, so by using this Azure AI Studio document intelligence, okay, I need to translate to one language into the another language. It is possible with the help of this vision plus document in the Azure AI Studio. So this is a one model capability in this Azure AI Studio. And language plus translation. So we have the language studio. So previously we have language studio and translator, and we have the cognitive services that will be available. Okay, now, so we have this language plus translation. We're using this analyze and summarize and translate the using the LLM powered natural language capabilities. So by using whatever the data we have to analyze, we have to make it a summarize, we have to translate using the large language models by using the NLP model capabilities that will be available in this language translation. And moreover, so interpret the NLP with the pre-built models and task optimize the language models, and we have some customizer capabilities to adapt your business needs. We have any requirement that will be available here. Moreover, and we have some classify and summarize the documents to get real-time translation. Yes, of course, what are the documents with us? We need to translate from one language to another language, or integrate languages into your bot experience. Okay, so this is all about basic theory related to this language and translator that is available in this Azure AI Studio. Okay, so that is one thing we have to demonstrate something about today, and this is one of the model capability in Azure AI Studio. We have some integrate a language with generative AI, and we have some summarize with generative AI, and five with generative AI, and document translation, other language capabilities that is available here. And we have some content safety. So content safety is more over, like for example, let's say Azure AI content safety detects harmful user generated and AI generated content in applications and in services. Okay, so what are the things, for example, whether the harmful and user generated AI generated content in our, for example, let's say whether the what are the content we are generated that is very harmful, 18 plus content, adult content, it will be able to safety that what are the content we have. So for example, we are in the live stream, so we're able to stream the very very good content. So whenever for example, let's say I just want to ask something related, how can I make a bomb? So this is very very harmful. So on this type, so it is able to give some strikes, it is able to give some content safety reactions, and it is able to applicable in this content safety, so that is related to this one. So I'm able to help you how can we able to create this uh, able to generate this content safety things and all in Azure AI Studio and all. Okay, and we have some includes the text to and image APIs to allow harmful or inappropriate. Yes, so we have the option called, so when we upload any image, so we can say whether this image is very harmful or whether this image is not harmful. We need to make it is a very very different context, and we can make it as in a content safety matters by using this Azure AI Studio. Everything we have to discuss in today's session. Okay, let's, and coming back to the model catalogs. So we have some the model catalogs here. So whether we have the GPT-4o mini and GPT-4o, and moreover we have the Whisper model and TTS HD model and TTS and text embedding to the small model. So we have, these all are very very limited. So I just added here as a screenshot by using the uh, from the A Studio. But model catalogs in Azure AI Studio, it is so more over, it is approximately 1754 today. Moreover, it can be added, I mean, it will be added a few more models into this Azure AI Studio. For example, it is maybe in the next month, in the by coming December, it is able to add more than 2000 catalogs. That is it. Still it was I mean improving this Azure AI Studio, we have to add a few more things to this model and all. Okay, we have to do something today. Okay, so let's get to move to the demo. I just want to go to this demo. So first we need to redirect to the Azure AI Studio. Okay, so before going to the Azure AI Studio, just log in through the, just go to this portal.azure.com website, and here once you redirect to the portal.azure.com, we need to create one. Whenever we need to create one Azure OpenAI service, we are ready to I mean move. I mean there is a one option called we need to redirect to the Azure OpenAI to the Azure AI Studio, or else we need to create one directly. We can create Azure AI Studio as well. But I would like to show you how can we redirect to the Azure OpenAI Studio to AI Studio. Okay, so once I need to deploy one model in this Azure AI Studio or OpenAI Studio, then we need to redirect to this Azure AI Studio. So we have some thing called we need to deploy something in Azure AI Studio that would be better to know something about OpenAI and as well as Azure AI Studio. Okay, let me open OpenAI Studio. Just tap onto the Azure OpenAI. So I'm already created one service here, but I would like to tell you how can we create one service in Azure Open. So before that and all, so we need the one access for this Azure OpenAI. So without access, we are unable to create this Azure OpenAI, Azure AI service and all. But I think so from last month onwards, we don't need any Azure access for this one. We directly create one Azure AI services and all. But I didn't find that limited access for to create to give my credentials to this Azure OpenAI. But probably if I find anything, but I would like to share it in the Microsoft Reactor my streaming video comment section. Okay, so I would like to tell you how can we create one. Just tap on to create option, and so I'm already created, but I would like to tell you. And yeah, give me a moment. So will ask redirect to some basic details and all. So we need some subscription details, and I have the two subscription, pay as you go and Visual Studio subscription, and some resource group. I just give the AA day. And so if you don't have any resource group, just tap on to create. It will instantly we can create one resource group. And we need to select the region. So some of the model capabilities is applicable for some regions, and some model capabilities are not acceptable for the region. So but most of the regions, most of the model capabilities. So East US is the one of the thing. It is default region, and I would like to give one more name like Prathap Reddy. I just give that one name, and so whatever the name you have, that is a unique one, and then you can make it the pricing tier as a standard as well. So once you given the basic details, just tap on to next and make it the networks and tags the default, and just tap on to the next. And once the validation is completed, we are able to create the service. Okay, and it will take you the 1 or 2 minutes to create this entire deployment. Okay, so give me a moment. Okay, so once the validation is completed, we just validation is completed, so we just tap onto the create option. Okay, it is going for deployment. Okay, now the deployment is completed. Just no, it is going for the deployment, and I just tap on to the home. And here again I come back to the Azure OpenAI. So I have already created, right? So I just tap onto the previous service. Okay, once I tap on here, yeah, okay. So deployment is still in progress. Give me a moment and revert back me. So this is Azure AI Studio. Sorry, Azure AI OpenAI model. So here it is asking two things. So whether you need to redirect to the Azure OpenAI or you need to redirect to the Azure AI Studio. Okay. So I need to go first. Initially, I need to go for Azure Open Studio, and then I need to redirect to the Azure AI Studio. Okay. Just tap onto the Azure OpenAI. Here, first we need to deploy one model. So then once we deploy the one model, then we need to redirect to the Azure AI Studio. Okay. So allow me for 2 minutes to create one deployment in Azure OpenAI. Yeah, it is redirected to OpenAI Studio. So give me a moment. I think so, but I'm already I have this Azure AI Studio, but I would like to tell you how where we need to create all this model capabilities in Azure OpenAI, and how can we redirect to from Azure OpenAI to the Azure AI Studio. So that's why, yeah, it is loading. Yeah, so it is loaded this entire Azure OpenAI Studio. So here we have some capabilities like chat playground, assistant playground, being your own data, and completion playground and DALL-E playground. So we have all these capabilities, but we have some. There is an option called deployment. So I'm already created some deployments. So I need to create one more deployment here. I need to select the deployment name as React Day something I just give, and select the model as GPT-4o Mini or GPT-4o Mini. I just want to select GPT-4o Mini is very very fast, and I just make it the model version and the deployment as a default. Once I given this, all the details, I just tap on to create. So within a few seconds, the deployment is completed. So once the deployment is completed, okay, the reactor day. So we need to redirect to the chat playground. So this is the chat playground. Here we need to give some responses and all. So I just want to give any queries. It will give you the response. Okay, so I just created right now only, so it doesn't give. So because I need to wait for 5 to 10 minutes, so whether it will be work or not. So there is an option called here Explore Azure AI Studio. So just tap on here. We need to redirect to the Azure AI Studio. Okay, and I would like to tell you. So what are the capabilities? So what are the model benchmarks? So what is the model catalog and what is the prompt catalog and AI Studio capabilities and everything we can discuss here. So this is the Azure AI Studio interface, and here we have some. Give me a moment; it is still loading. So before it's loading, so I have already said this is Azure AI Studio. Here it is in the it's the home page. uh, okay. Yeah, here this is Azure AI Studio. So we have some get started the model capabilities like that. So we have the model catalogs different models. So I just tap on here and give me a moment. It is still loading. So I have some broadband connection issue, and we have some AI services. So we have some, like for example, model catalog, model benchmarks, prompt catalog, and AI services. So we have to get started with this all four today. But give me a moment. So it is still loading, and so once it is loaded, so we need to get started this one. So in the Azure AI Studios, we have some the speech capabilities, and we have some vision capabilities, and we have vision capabilities. We have language capabilities, and yeah. So here in this page, we have some the model catalogs. So in the model catalog, we have GPT-4o Mini, GPT-4o, GPT-4 Whisper models, and Hugging Face models, and 5 models, Lambda models, and some different models. So Hugging Face models are there, and so moreover, how many models? It is approximately 1754 models is available in this Azure AI Studio. So for example, let's say we need to go for the GPT-4o Mini. So just tap onto the GPT-4o Mini. It is a redirect to the model catalog on here. And yeah, first we need to complete this model catalog, and then we can get started with Azure OpenAI, Azure AI services of speech and vision and document and content safety. Yeah, so this is the GPT-4o Mini. So it will give you the entire description, and it will so where we need to get started and everything. It will give you the learning documents and everything. So we need to get started about this GPT-4o Mini, and it will give you the comparison as well. So we have some GPT-4o Mini source and the Gemini model and the Cloud high score model, and it will give you the accuracy of the model as well. So everything it will be compared to the previous models, it is everything is fine. Okay, and it is more than, it is the accuracy level, it is more than 80 plus everything. Okay, and this is all about the some description about the GPT-4 women. So we need to deploy this model. We just tap onto the deploy, and it will direct to you create one deployment name and a deployment source, and also it will ask you for the source name and all. So I just want to deploy this one into this. I have already Azure OpenAI resources there. I just want to deploy this GPT-4 Mini there. So once it is able to capture all the details, and so just tap onto the deploy. Okay, it will go to the deployment, and once the deployment is completed, where we need to change anything like prompt flows or else anything we need to change, like we need to add any LLMs, and we need to add anything related to our data, how can we are expecting the output responses, and all, everything we have to discuss. So just tap, so once the deployment is completed, just tap onto the open in playground. Okay, so once we tap onto the open in playground, it is redirected to the chat playground. Okay. Uh, yeah, so here, if you want to go for any, like here we have some options like a prompt option, and so here we need when we go for the prompt flow, means we need to create one new project and all. So once you need to create one new project, it is asking to add any LLMs, it is asking to add any any databases, it is asking to add any how we are expecting the output responses, and everything we are going to discuss in this prompt flow and that. So it is so if you want to go for the prompt flow, we need to go for create one project before that one. Okay, and here this is the chart GPT-4 the system is, if you want to add your own data means bring your own data means if you can add and up to the 512 MB. So we have the data sources like Azure AI Search, blob storage, Cosmos DB URLs, upload our own files and everything we can add, and we can add to the data, and we can uh, add intelligence to our own data. Okay, so we can add anything, and then we have some parameters like a temperature, a topi, and a max response included, and stop frequency and frequency penalty and everything we have. So once we add any all the data, so we just give some responses according. So I just want to add command as a hi, it will give you the response. So I just created like so we can ask anything related to like tell me about Microsoft Reactor. Yeah, so I just created one just created this one, so that's why we need to wait for please try again for after 50 42 seconds, and so we need to try the one response within 1 minute, and so we need to wait for 5 to 10 minutes. So once the deployment is completed, everything is fine, then we get the responses accurately. So we need to wait for that time, so then I'll be able to. So this is all about the model catalog. So we can deploy the any type of model catalog we here. So whether it is in Hugging Face model, Lambda models, NVIDIA models, and everything. So we can compare by using this one. And coming to the model benchmarks, okay, we have the model benchmarks option. So in this model benchmarks option, so we have the what is the performance of this previous GPT-4o mini, GPT-4o, and everything. Yeah. So here, this is the chart of this model benchmarks and what is the performance and all. Okay. So these all are the performance. So for example, let's say we can go for the Azure OpenAI models and Meta models, Microsoft models, and for example, Mistral models, so Coherent models, and Databricks models. You can go ahead and you can compare the what is the accuracy and everything. We can go ahead. For example, let's say I just want to go for the GPT OpenAI Azure OpenAI models. So these are the Azure OpenAI models and all. So if you don't want to this one, you just clear this one. For example, just to go for the Microsoft models means we have some of the Microsoft models. So we can just compare the what is the highest one. So like what is the highest accuracy of this model and all. For example, let's say I just clear this one. So, for example, there is a highest thing called Halaswag. So we have these model capabilities like model benchmarks. What is the model accuracy? What is the highest performance of this model benchmarks? So we have all the model names in the x-axis, and performance will be on the y-axis. So everything we have to compare. So like that, we have the model um, accuracy, and we have some coherence. So what is the coherence of this each model and everything we that will be able to we can figure out in this graphical pictorial representation. We have some model groundness that will be available here, and we have some model fluency that is also available. So at what model or what is the model fluency? For example, it's a generate truth flux generation. What is the fluency and all everything that we can able to see, and we have some model relevance is also available, and we have some model similarity. So what is the similarity between each two of them, and everything we have the option, and like that we have, and we have some comparison between this all these things. So GPT-4o mini is highest accuracy level and coherence and everything. GPT-4o mini is it was in the top level. Okay, so this is all about this model benchmarks. You can compare all the services that we are using in Azure AI Studio, and which one is good for our business requirement. You can compare in this model benchmark. Then we can deploy this model into your whatever the endpoint, whatever the end source we have, we can deploy accordingly. And coming to the more prompt catalog, and we have the prompt catalog. For example, let's say we have different types of prompt catalog. So I just given one example. So I need to go for from the Bangalore to Mexico. So I need one assistant. On that time I need to go for here, and it will give you the entire entire, like for example, there is a one travel assistant is there, just tap onto the travel assistant, it will give you the entire thing. What is the PNR status of this flight and all. For example, let's say you are an AI assistant that helps you find the information about the flights and all. So here it will give you the response accordingly. It will, there is an option called based on the flight information, you can provide the specific trip for this. So for example, when we upload any documents related to this prompt catalog, will able to give you the response accordingly. It will give you the response like so we need to update, and we need to update the PNR status of the flight, and we need to get the flight tickets. And for example, when let's say when I need to upload some images related to the flights, it will give you the responses. We need to go for the Bangalore to America, Bangalore to Mexico, Bangalore to Zurich, Bangalore to Switzerland. Whatever the, so we need to upload the some thing. So we have some model travel assistant is available. So this is all about some prompt catalog, and we have some the travel assistant and social media advertising. So we have n number of the things that will be available in this prompt catalog. And last model capability is Azure AI services. So we have some speech capability and language plus translation, video plus document intelligence, and some content safety. So first we need to go for the speech capabilities. Okay, so we have some voice gallery and a real-time speech to text and pronunciation assessment and a free fast transcription and all. So we have some these all these some capabilities of this speech and all. So first we need to go for the speech to text. Okay, just tap onto speech to text. If you have already is there anything browse file related to this audio filters and all, you just tap on here, and you need to make convert it into one language to another language. For example, let's say I have some audio files. Okay, so I have the Azure AI Studio MP3 file. So what is Azure AI Studio and all? So just tap on here, it will play the entire thing. So how much time it will take and everything it will be play. Okay, so I just want to play this. Okay, I need one hub. Okay, so I need to create one hub, create new hub here. It is asking me for the what is the subscription. So resource group, location. Okay, and given one name and the location and A services. Once given all this information, just tap on to create. It will take 1 or 2 minutes to create this entire hub. Then we can able to use this service. Okay, give me a moment. It will take 1 or 2 minutes. Yeah, before this enter thing, so we need to go for some other thing called language plus translation. So here we need to translate to one thing, document translation order. Okay, here we need to select what is the detected language and all. So auto detect we need to select, and what is the target language. For example, let's say I need to target Hindi language. Okay, I have the file. For example, I have one file. This is the GPT-4 for mini. What is GPT-4 for mini? So I just tap on here. So it was in English language, so I need to translate this entire language into the some other thing. Okay, and I just uploaded this one. And so once, okay, it was in a PowerPoint mode. I think it is disabled. Okay. Um, so we are able to, so whenever we need to tap onto the power and this browse file, just tap on this PowerPoint presentation and just tap onto the it is automatically translated from this whatever the content in the English language. It is translated from the one language to the, for example, it was in English, it is translated the English to the Hindi language, the entire PPT and all. Okay, so here this speech capability is it is creating one new hub. It will take 1 minute or 2 more minutes before that. So it is uh, okay. I need to select the hub. Okay, give me a moment. I think the for the so this hub is taking time. least 1 or 2 minutes. So once the hub is created, so we have to, it will take 5 to 6 minutes only. We have to complete entire thing. Yeah, it is created. Now it is created. uh, so everything is fine, review and finish. So just tap on to create. Yeah, so now everything is created. Real-time speech to text is completed. Now I just want to added this one, right? So I just tap on to play this one.
To bring AI solutions to market faster and more efficiently, developers need better tools. Azure AI Studio is a comprehensive AI development platform designed to be the place for you to build and scale responsible generative AI solutions. AI Studio has a robust catalog of pre-built and customizable frontier and open source models, including those from Azure OpenAI Service, Hugging Face, NVIDIA, and Meta, including the popular Llama 2 LLM, which is now available as a service, with pay-as-you-go inference APIs and hosted fine-tuning. Whether you're working with structured, unstructured, or real-time data, you can smoothly apply it to your models, along with sophisticated hybrid search to fuel high-performing app experiences. AI developers can create data-enriched and detailed prompts to get the best results from the generative model using prompt flow, and then use tooling to compare and automatically evaluate model outputs. AI Studio provides seamless integration with VS Code, GitHub Codespaces, Semantic Kernel, and LangChain. Azure AI Studio is equipped with built-in content safety, responsible AI tools, and enterprise-grade security, privacy, and compliance measures. No matter what your generative AI solution may be, you can create it here. Build with Azure AI Studio.
Pratap, I think you're on mute.
Yeah, I think I'm audible right now, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So here I just added one video. So sorry. Here one added one audio file. So it is the audio file is converted from so like MP3 format into the, I mean, text format. That is a speech to text only. So it is more over. So it is translated from the audio file to. So it is, we have some capabilities like speech analytics and voice gallery. So for example, we need to add the voice galleries like a Hindi. For example, Hindi language we have some voice, and Telugu language we have some the voice, different voices imitated by the some other persons. That is everything that is available in the voice gallery. And if we have some the false transcription, pronunciation assessment is there. For example, let's say I need to go for the pronunciation assessment. Just tap on here. I need to tap on to the mic. I just, yeah. So I just want to go for the pronunciation assessment. So today, give me one moment. Today was a beautiful day. We had a great time talking, a long walk outside in the morning. The countryside was in full bloom. The air was crisp and cold. Towards the end of the day, clouds came in, forecasting much needed rain. So I just given some. So what are the, like, for example, so what are the mispronunciations? So what is the omission, intersections, and everything it will be detected, and it will give you the prediction pronunciation score, and everything it will give you the what is the accuracy, what is the fluency, what is the completion score, what is the prosody score, and everything it will give you the according. So like that we can go further. You can utilize this speech capabilities in this Azure AI Studio. So and we have some this Azure document translation. So here I just want to select one document, and I think it is still not yet taking that one. So I just go for the some other thing language, and here we have some vision plus document. So allow me for 2 to 3 minutes, it will be completed. So we have some document plus intelligence. So for example, based on the, for example, I have some marriage certifications. So based on the, for example, let's say I have the n number of the marriage certification. I need to detect who is the groom, who is the groom, and everything. For example, what is the venue, what is the time of the wedding, and everything we have in the certifications. and everything it will detect. So for example, let's say who's going to divorce and who's going to, so like everything that we can able to identify using this marriage certifications. And we have some invoice subsets, identified notifications, and use tax form, and we have some contracts and all. So I just want to select one hub. Here we have the subscription, and we have some existing this one, and just tap onto the select. Okay, so once you tap onto this all the model capabilities, it will able to identify the marriage certifications and everything content, whatever the content in this marriage certification, it is able to identify. For example, I just connected here, so this is the sample. For example, just tap onto the, this is the one sample of this marriage certificate. Just tap onto the run analysis, it is able to give you the result. Okay, give me a moment, it will take time to analyze everything. Like that, we have some credit cards, contracts, read, and image. So let's see, so it will able to identify everything content in this document. Okay, so this all everything related to some Mara certifications and everything. What are the things inside this Mara certification, everything it will identify. So like that, we can, it will identify the faces, it will identify its image analysis, and it will take some more time, so for each studio and all. And finally, we have some something called Azure AI service. We have some content safety, and that is called so is there any harmful content is there. For example, how can we make how can we can ask anything related, how can we make the how can we make the bomb, how can we make the gun in the home, and also we can ask like that, means it will give you the response accordingly. And whether it is in the violence matter and like that. So for example, we have some safe content, just tap on here the safe content. So we have the chopping tomatoes and cutting them into the cubes or so with this whether it is a safe content or all, we just tap on here and it will we are able to. Okay, before it was so I think it is this resource book is not applicable for this particular model. I just tap onto the violate the content for misspelling and all. So only thing is that we just tap onto the test this one. So once you test this one, whether the what is the accuracy level, and we can get the responses in this area. And here we need to select. I just tap on here, and once you tap on here, yeah. So I just selected the violence, violent content by with misspelling. Okay, just tap onto the test. It will give you the response. Oh, I think it will take. This is having I have some network connection, so it doesn't give anything. Okay, we have some moderate image content. We have some moderate image content. Yeah. So I have the safe content. So safe content. So I just this image was in blur image. So whether just tap on here, it will give you the. So once you tap on here, whether this image is in the safe content or it is in violated content. So I think it just looks like a safe content only. So whether it was in any other content, means we need to go here. For example, let's say self-harm content. So this girl is uh, doing some violence. So just tap on the blur. So we need to tap onto the run test, means it will give you the response again. So like that, we have some capabilities, so like age generated sexual content. So we don't want to go for this one. So we need to go and tap onto the text, means whether the person is in the violated content, it will give you the response according. So these are about the model capabilities of this Azure AI Studio. So everything related to this one only. So if you have any queries, please feel free to let me know and drop your questions in the this one. So then I can able to address you all questions. Okay. And Partha, so that's all from my end. So this is all about the model capabilities of this Azure AI Studio. Yeah. So we have some question. Does vision plus document content to introduce RAG? Yes, we need to add some. So I have some disturbance, I think. Yeah. Yeah. So does vision plus document context introduce the RAG? Yes, of course we have the option. We need to add our own data to the this AI Studio. So for example, bring our own AI own
Yep.
vision models, then it will be able to understand.
I hope that answers. Any other questions? Please drop in the comment section. And plus, I have shared the Learn module links, which can help you to take your learning further. Please go through it. And if you have any more questions, in the description, I have mentioned Pratap's LinkedIn. You can connect over LinkedIn to him, and he would be happy to help with all your questions too.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Thank you, Paul. So if you have
Yeah,
any question, please feel free.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't see questions coming in, so let's call for a wrap. Pratap,
Yeah, sure.
could you make an example of does vision plus document consent introduce RAG?
I think it's over time. So you just bring your whatever the video we have. For example, let's say in the RAG models means retrieval augment generation. So RAG means we can add our own data, our own videos to the LLMs. That is called RAG. We can say in simply. So for example, let's say we have any IA model. For example, in LLM models, it will automatically translate from one language to the another language. For example, you can talk something about in English language or in Hindi language, just bring that whatever the video into this model. It will translate entire thing into the, so the person is you only, but it will whatever the language it was, it is translated to Hindi or Malayalam, whatever the language respective. So like that we have the option in this vision restore.
I hope that helps.
Yeah.
So yes, thank you, Pratap. Thank you for doing
Thank
this.
you.
Thank you for your time, and thank you
Yeah.
so much everyone for joining us today. And hope you all have a great evening. Thank you all. Thank you once
Thank you.
again.
Thank you so much, Paul.